Welcome to the Andy Ruther Show. Here is your host, Andy Ruther.
Welcome to another edition of the Andy Ruther Show. That is me, Andy Ruther, your host, flying solo once again. Finally, I'm doing it today. My plans got changed. I was planning on doing it, I should say, basically either this morning or this afternoon. It's late Tuesday night. Little baby girl decided to get a little case of the mud butt, the diarrhea, cha-cha-cha, the runs, the Hershey squirts, whatever you want to call it. But she's got a bad case of diarrhea. And it sucks when kids get it because they get that diaper rash. Her butt and vajayjay is so raw right now. Like painful raw. As in when she squirts that diarrhea everywhere and you got to clean her up, she is screaming and writhing in pain because it's so chafed down there. And what are you going to do? Like, what do you do for that? I hate being home alone with her for this. This is where I'm like, the woman is so much better at this stuff than me. This is the second time she's had a bad case of diarrhea since she's been born. The last one was in December. This one started yesterday at daycare. It's bad, man. Because you can't feed them, and then they're hungry, so then they're crying. And then when they do eat some bland stuff, we're on that brat diet, the bananas, applesauce. What does it even stand for? I don't even know. Bananas, applesauce. Is it brat diet? What does it stand for? I'm going to look this up. I should know this. Brat diet. Oh, yeah. Bananas, rice, applesauce, and toast. So she was on that all day, but she still shot 4 times. I'm sure you guys want to know all this. I'm sure it's very important for the show to know how many times my 16-month-old daughter had a bowel movement. But I'm just letting you know 4 times today, and they were wicked. And the poor girl, I just let her go naked after the last time. Which me, a year ago, me even 6 months ago, no way I'm doing that. No way I'm allowing that. She needed to air out that region. And also, I wasn't going to fight her again with the diaper. And I was willing to take that chance. I was willing to take that chance that she might diarrhea all over me, all over the couch, the carpet. I didn't care at that point. We've been doing this all day together, so I just gave up. I wasn't going to put all those ointments and creams back on her and watch her just kick and scream in pain. Couldn't do it. Can't do it. Won't do it. Can't stop. Won't stop. You got diarrhea for life. So, yeah, that's how my day went. It's always right when I feel good. I went for a nice run yesterday. I was like, I'm going to get back in the groove. I'm going to start exercising. I'm going to stop being lazy. I'm going to eat better. I was feeling good. I did it for a whole day. And then Isla's like, not so fast. You think you got a routine. You think you're going to get stuff done. Nope. So, yeah, that's what I did today. I dealt with a baby with diarrhea. And I'm learning my struggles are definitely with control, which I always had that. Like, I like having control, and you can't have control of the situation, right? So you can't control how she's going to act. You can't control a baby getting diarrhea. So it just throws everything off, and then I lose control of the day because everything is obviously going around her. And then I feel like my whole day gets thrown off. But whatever. This is what being a parent is, right? It's not the end of the world. So I'm recording my podcast at 11 p.m. instead of 1 p.m. It's not the end of the world. And I got to learn that. And I'm trying. But that's where I'm at. But we still had a nice day together, minus all that other stuff. She got a couple naps in. We got a little father-daughter time, as I was calling it, the 3 Ds. Daddy, daughter, diarrhea. We got D squared in today. So, yeah, we did it. She's at a good age. This is a good age. I didn't think this was a good age until you had a kid. Like the 1.5 to 2-year-old is a good age. She just started calling me daddy. It was always dada. And she just started calling me daddy, which literally brought emotion to me the other day. She said it and Brittany was right there, and then she said it a few more times, and I was getting choked up, and it was like so powerful, man. It hits different. I don't know why. It hits different. Dada is great, but daddy just hits differently. So she's been saying daddy and dad lately, and she can't say mommy. So I think daddy's easier for kids to learn through their speech. So she can say mama, mom. She can't say mommy, but she can say daddy. So yeah, that was like a breakthrough moment. Oh my God, she said daddy. This is amazing. That's my girl. You know what's crazy to me? I always am, and I might be the only one who thinks this. I always wonder how she understands what things mean, but she does. So, how do kids know what something means when they've never heard it or they're learning it? Right? When I say come over here, how does she know that the first time we say it? How does she know that? I've done no research on this. I'm just throwing it out there. How do kids know when you tell them to do something or ask them something or give directions? How do they know? How does the brain function for them to understand? It's blown my mind since we had her, and I think about it all the time. Like, how do you know when I say you can't have that cookie? How do you know what the hell that means? Because if somebody was speaking a different language to me and they were speaking to me in Russian or Mandarin or French, pick a language. I wouldn't know what the hell they're talking about. Is it body language? Is it context clues? And it blows my mind. And I think it's the coolest thing. Like, whoa, she knew and understood what I was asking. Mind blown. I mean, it's cool. It's cool to see that, right? They're learning everything every day. And it's wild to see firsthand. But I would really hope the diarrhea subsides and that she can go back to daycare tomorrow. That's what I hope. That's the thought right now is like, please do not shit overnight and have this raw butt again. I do not want to do this again. Although it's not as bad as it was in December, it was disgusting. I mean, it's disgusting now, but the diaper rash was next level. And mind you, then and also now, this is with a prescription, right? So this is with a prescription cream from the pediatrician on top of all the other stuff. It's great that Brittany is a pharmacist because she understands this stuff. Like I don't understand anything. So she understands the creams. Obviously, she went to school for 4 more years after undergrad for this. So it's like she understands all this stuff, which is really helpful when it comes to medicine or drugs, living with a pharmacist and having a mom of a daughter who's a pharmacist. So that has been very, very helpful. So whatever. We'll get through. We'll survive. I'm sure I'll write about it somewhere. Like, you had the mud butt on June 25th, 2024. I do have a journal for her. I have a journal. I've kept a journal since she's been born, and I write in it to her. And my goal is to give it to her when she's probably 18 or something. I don't know. Whether it's something fun that day or something she says or just my feelings. And I don't do it every day. I haven't even told Brittany, and Brittany won't know because I don't think she listens to this show. In fact, I know she doesn't. I don't think she's listened to an episode of the Andy Ruther show. She might hate me. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what she's doing right now. That's what I'm saying. She doesn't listen. So she doesn't even know this because I didn't tell her. But yeah, I started a journal for Isla probably within her first week on this earth. And again, I might only have 1 or 2 entries a month, but I just kinda update it with how I feel about her or maybe something she did in particular that day. I just think it'd be really cool for her to have, right? Let's say she graduates high school and I say, here's I don't know how many journals I kept if I keep up with it. Just my thoughts about you so that she could kinda get inside my head. And it's not always great or interesting. Sometimes I'm like, "You're being a little asshole," and I'll write that. Like, "Just so you know, you're being a pain in my ass right now." And I'll write that, and I'll write why. I kinda just want her to know what was going on in my head as a dad and as a first-time dad and all those things. So, just something fun. I'm big on the journaling. I'm big on getting the thoughts down, and I think it's really cool to have that stuff. It gives the inner workings of someone's mind, and some people don't like to see it. Like, my mom journaled too. So after she passed away, there's a lot of stuff out there, and I've read through some of it, but some of my brothers, they don't wanna see that. They don't wanna know what was going on in my mom's head. Not that it's bad stuff, but they just don't wanna know or they don't care or they think it's private, whatever, and that's fine. But for me, having a journal about my daughter that she can have someday, I think would be a cool gift. Maybe I'm a lunatic. I don't know what you guys think. Who knows? But what you should do is you can chime in on it because we got a hotline, fam. Give the Andy Ruther Show hotline a ring. What is the number? I always forget. I don't even know. Let's pull it up on the screen. 859-935-0078. Once again, that's 859, sorry, 859-935-0078. Again, it'll prompt you to say your name. It's through Google Voice. It's free. I'm not paying for it. And then it'll kick you to a voicemail and you can say your name again and we can see what you guys got for me. Excuse me. Yeah, so give the hotline a shout. We're not going to do any calls today because I think I got a pretty full show, but I'd like to get back to some next week. So what's going on here in the Natty? What's going on in Cincinnati, Ohio? What's going on in the Midwest? Well, we had some pretty big news here last week. Big news for someone like me who's a guy who likes to hit up his favorite amusement park. Someone died at Kings Island last week. Yeah, wild. Kings Island is the amusement park here in Cincinnati. Dare I say top 10 amusement park in the country? Probably. I don't know. Well, I don't know how it ranks. Let's just pull it up. Top 10 amusement parks in the US. Let's see USA Today's rankings. Well, they have Cedar Point number 10. That doesn't bode well for Kings Island. All these Busch Gardens. Dude, this is a whack list. I'm already calling this list out as whack. Number 1, Silver Dollar City, Branson, Missouri. Never even heard of it. Whack. All right, let's try US News and World Report. What we got here? What we got? Walt Disney. No, these are Universal. Whatevs. Whatevs. Where's Kings Island? Okay, Kings Island made this list. So anyway, Kings Island is the big amusement park here. It's got some badass coasters. It's got a lot of great things. But a dude died last week. Normally, the dude dies because there was a malfunction on the ride. No. I can't get over this. You guys aren't going to believe how this dude died. This dude died when his keys fell out of his car. No. His keys fell out of his pocket when he was riding a roller coaster called the Banshee, which, by the way, is a great roller coaster. Might arguably be my favorite roller coaster at Kings Island. So his keys fell out last Wednesday, June 19th. And then he goes to try to get the keys after the ride's done. He hops a fence or something, goes into a restricted area. This is wild. And the roller coaster runs him over. I mean, it's like Darwinism at its finest. Like, what are you doing, dude? So he loses his keys, and this is a wild coaster. This is an inverted roller coaster. Let me just give you some facts about the Banshee. Let me hit you with the hot facts. So the Banshee, which was built in 2014, not that you care, but it's a pretty badass roller coaster. So when it was built, it was the longest I'm sure this has been broken because this was 10 years ago, but it was the longest inverted roller coaster in the world. So your feet are dangling, you're inverted. It's got 7 inversions. It's wild. And it travels up to 68 miles an hour. Its biggest height is 167 feet. Its biggest drop is 150 feet. It's a fun coaster. 7 inversions. It lasts 2 minutes and 40 seconds, 68 miles an hour. It's a wild coaster, right? In fact, I think I got a video here if you guys really want to geek out, because I'm going to geek out on this. So this is like a POV of the coaster. Okay. So this is the coaster. Let's see what we got here. So yeah, this is a POV of the coaster right here. And as you can see, it's a decent climb, and then it just rips. Like when you go down this first hill, I'll play a little sound. I mean, listen to these people. It rips. You drop 150 feet, you're instantly getting inverted. All these twists and turns. It's a pretty wild roller coaster, as you can see. Like if you're a coaster guy, and I would call myself a coaster guy, you would love this. But if you're scared and you don't like this stuff, you'd hate it. So anyway, as you can see, just by looking at it, you could definitely lose your keys because you're flying upside down, twists and turns, all these sort of wild things. You're going, again, up to 68 miles an hour. Okay, we don't need to watch any more of this. But anyway, dude drops his key. Well, why don't I just pull up the news report? Let's hit the local Fox 19 now here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Let's just read the article. See what it says. A man has died after being hit by a roller coaster at Kings Island on June 19th, according to the Hamilton County Coroner's Office. The Coroner's Office says Artenaro, am I pronouncing that correctly? Probably not. Artenaro Nelson died while at the UC Medical Center on June 21st. Wow, they brought Damar Hamlin back to life, but they could not bring back Artenaro. According to Mason Police, officers and fire crews were called to the park on June 19th after receiving a report of a man struck at 68 miles per hour. So at its fastest, and he suffered a traumatic injury. First responders found him inside the restricted area, police say. He was then taken to Westchester Hospital and then flown via a medical helicopter to the University of Cincinnati Medical Center, police said. The man entered a restricted fenced area of the Banshee roller coaster and is believed to have been struck by the ride, Kings Island said in a statement last Wednesday. I mean, this guy, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Dude, you lose your keys? They fall out, which could definitely happen. You decide to retrieve them? What are you thinking? And he gets lit up at 68 miles an hour. And there's actually somebody was on the ride. I don't know if you know what news channel this is, but I saw this. This dude witnessed the whole thing. Or I think he saw his body land there. Let me just pull this up.
Pretty shocking. You wouldn't think that when you go to an amusement park, you'd see something like that.
It was around 8 o'clock Wednesday night that Aaron West boarded the Banshee roller coaster at Kings Island. But in the moments before that, West says he saw the person eventually struck by the coaster, telling employees he had lost his keys.
He had kind of made a small commotion by jumping in front of people without even asking. They couldn't do anything because the ride was obviously in operation. And so once he heard that, he kind of left the line.
The guest then hopped a fence and entered a restricted area of the Banshee and was struck by the coaster shortly after that.
We thought he was going to go to Lost and Found, but...
Whoa. So this guy lets them know he lost his keys. He's jumping, he's freaking out. It's just a pair of keys. Yeah, like this guy's saying. You would think you would go to Lost and Found. No. He needs those. What was so important about those keys? And I'm gonna guess, judging by the clientele that goes to Kings Island, as someone who was a season pass, like I had a season pass 3 years ago in 2021, my first full summer back in Cincinnati. 2 of my brother's families had passes. I wanted to spend time with my nephews and nieces. I got a pass. I've seen the clientele at Kings Island. Not exactly the smartest group of people. Not exactly the healthiest or smartest. It's a bad combo. It's like low on the IQ scale, high on the obesity. Like those things should not be, you don't want those things, is what I'm saying. So a lot of dumb fat people. I'm just going to call it what it is. That's what Kings Island is. And I'm not saying that homeboy who got lit up by a roller coaster is dumb and fat. He's definitely dumb. An intelligent human is not scaling a fence like he's in a James Bond movie. What are you, dude? I have a feeling like what did you need to get those keys for? You don't have a spare? I doubt you're rolling out in a Tesla. Do Teslas even have keys? I don't know. That shows how much I know about Teslas. My point is, I don't think it's a nice vehicle. Why do you need your keys that badly? Like this guy's saying, why wouldn't you just go to Lost and Found? Let's hear what else he has to say.
We didn't think that he would hop the fence and look for it himself.
A Kings Island employee who spoke with Local 12 under the condition of anonymity says the part of the ride where the man was struck is its fastest point, with speeds of up to 68 miles per hour. West described the moments they saw the man laying in the grass.
And so I thought it was a prop at first. But then I started thinking that...
Well, a prop? Yeah, it was what? Buddy, it's not a dead, bloody body. I don't think that's a prop. Anyway, I love this. I love the guy they're interviewing. The guy who clearly looks like he works in IT. This guy, no one else is at the office this day. The guy just literally witnessed somebody get absolutely bludgeoned to death by a roller coaster. And they're like, yeah, Frank, you're going to have to come in because we need those TPS reports done.
Well, that may not have been a prop because this is a family establishment.
Then
wait, that's why you didn't think it was a prop? Because it was a family establishment? This guy. Sorry, I'm messing with this screen a lot, guys. Unbelievable.
The horror of what he just saw quickly set in.
Once we got back to the docking station and they weren't immediately letting us off and other people back on, I thought, oh wow, this is really serious.
The 38-year-old man from Ohio remains in critical condition after being taken to UC Medical Center. After getting off the ride, West and his friends, shaken up from what they just saw, decided to go home.
Neither the operators nor us knew, I think, that somebody was hurt. I just hope that.
Ooh, you didn't think he was hurt? The guy was laying unconscious. You thought he was a dead ghost or body. You didn't think he was hurt? I would have been like, that dude's dead. You know, when you see a bad wreck on the side of the freeway or anywhere you're driving and you're like, yeah, somebody's dead. You just come to the conclusion. It's sad. It sucks. Somebody's dead. Like, if I see that, if I'm on the Banshee and there's just some body laying there, not moving, I'm like, yeah, that guy's definitely dead.
Him and his family are doing well.
By the way, I don't know what news this was. I have no clue. But this guy witnessed the whole thing go down. It's wild, man. What a rough way to go. What just an absolutely terribly awful way to go. Your keys fall out after riding, again, arguably the best roller coaster at Kings Island. It's a fun roller coaster. Anybody who goes to Kings Island, highly recommend the Banshee. Ignore the fact that some dude just got his head decapitated. Ignore that. Just put that to the side. Act like it never happened. Definitely an elite roller coaster. Like, if we're ranking top 5 roller coasters I've ever been on, it's easily in the top 5. Banshee's a great ride. Not one that I wanted to run over me, though. Not one that I'm willing or trying to risk death to scale the fence because my keys fell out. So one time my keys fell out when I was on a go-kart. I was this was a couple of years ago. I was with same thing. I was with a couple of my brothers and their kids, and there was like a family fun center. And I was on the go-kart, and I realized when I got out, I didn't have my keys. I didn't run in the middle of the track. And by the way, that's not even a comparison, right? Because they're go-karts with kids. But I didn't run in the middle of the track. Where are my keys? Where are my keys? I got to get to my Toyota Corolla hatchback. I can't lose those keys. My reaction was, oh shit, I lost the keys. I walked over to Lost and Found. I walk over to the ride. I tell them I lost my keys. I just figured they were gone. Well, they're gone. I tell my brother, hey man, I'm just gonna go back with you, and then I'll go home, and I obviously have a spare. Unlike homeboy who got decapitated by the Banshee, apparently he didn't have a spare. That's why he risked his life. He didn't have a spare key, so he risked playing Frogger. What was that game back in the day where you're dodging cars? Instead of cars, you're dodging a roller coaster. He risked that because he didn't have a spare key to his 2002 Toyota Camry. Like what? But anyway, I just thought I lost my keys, right? I didn't run on the track, and this is a family center for go-karts. No, but what I did was I ended up checking. I remembered the car number I was in, and I went back when the ride was stopped. The carts were all stopped, and I checked them, and they weren't on the track. They were in the actual go-kart that I was in. It's just unbelievable. And I was following that story because I saw when the news broke that somebody got hit and they went in the restricted area. And I was following it all along. This is what happens when you move back to the Midwest, guys. This is like the big news. I'm looking for like Twitter updates. Like, what happened to that guy? Is that guy alive? Did he make it? No. I mean, look at my city. Look at where I live. Look at what we deal with. We got Harambe, rest in peace, as he sits above me with his angel-like wings looking over us. We're shooting gorillas and we're chasing our keys. This is what our life is. We're shooting gorillas at our zoo, and we're literally risking our life because we don't have an extra set of keys, I should say, to our 2002 Toyota Camry. That's the Midwest. I chose it. I ain't complaining. I'm about this life, guys. I'm about this life. And most importantly, it doesn't get dark till like 10 o'clock here if you're in Cincinnati. It's amazing. It's like Alaska. Like you never get nighttime. It's always bright out. But yeah, that's what we get here. To be honest, it kind of inspired me to maybe get another Kings Island season pass. Like this dude's death, not that I want anybody to die, but I'm like, yeah, Kings Island, man. I haven't been back in 3 years. Forgot how much I missed that place. When Isla gets older, I can't wait. Brittany doesn't do coasters. She doesn't mess with them. I like them. Now, sometimes I get terrified too, because the coasters are wild now. They're insane. Like the new one at Kings Island, it's like a 300-foot drop called Orion. It's kind of terrifying, but it's also exhilarating. Not exhilarating enough to risk trying to find the keys to my 2019 Toyota Corolla hatchback. No. If those keys fall out on the Banshee or any other rides, I'm just like, okay, I lost those keys. I'm not risking surviving because of that. Risking death, I should say. It's late, guys. I can't talk. Oh, man. What else happened in the last week? I'll tell you what happened. A little something called Hawk Tuah. You knew I had to talk about it for a little bit. I'm sure you guys are sick of it. I'm not, though. I'm just not. The Hawk Tuah girl who literally overtook the entire internet, overtook all the memes and the vids for the last week. I'm here for it. I'm obsessed. I haven't had an obsession about an online craze like this probably since Harambe. Rest in peace. Never forget. I'm obsessed with all the Hawk Tuah memes. How's it pronounced? I say Hawk Tuah. Is that incorrect? Hawk Tuah. Hawk Tuah? Hawk Tuah? I don't know. I just know the memes I'm obsessed with. And this thing just blew up a week ago. I spent Friday night, no lie. I sat in my bed before going to sleep. I was going to start watching House of Dragon, which is back on HBO Max or Max, whatever the hell they're calling it. I was going to watch that and catch up and get caught up. Instead, I spent, no exaggeration, 90 minutes, if not more, just laughing to myself, looking at the memes and the vids that have come out since this girl did the infamous Hawk Tuah video. I'm obsessed. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I don't know where you've been. I'm concerned. Did you get run over by the Banshee? Do you have head injuries? This is what I'm talking about. Come on. You've seen this, right?
It's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time.
Oh, you gotta give him that Hawk Tuah and spit on that thing. You get me?
Let's play that again. Now she calls it Hawk Tuah.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that Hawk Tuah and spit on that thing. You get me?
She's just living up. So this is in Nashville. This is a little man on the street in Nashville, Tennessee, which is not too far from here. It's a hot spot. Everybody loves to go to Nashville. They call it Nash Vegas. It's a big hot spot for people from Cincinnati. Let's get away for the weekend. Let's go to Nashville. Let's see how far it is from my house. I'm actually curious. Obviously, I've been to Nashville. Let me see though. How far is it from where I live? Nashville is. I left right now. It would take me 4 hours and 26 minutes. 284 miles. So yeah, so it's like 4.5 hours. So basically, Nashville is the equivalent of LA to Vegas. That's the equivalent. It's like a little getaway, right? Which I loved. I loved the closeness, the proximity of Las Vegas to LA, and that's kind of what Nashville is. So anyway, he was doing a little man on the street, and then this video just blows up, and the memes blow up, and then there's song parodies. I mean, there's merchandise. She is now officially known. She has come out. What is her name? What's this girl's name? Haley Welch. She has her own Instagram. She has her own merch. The whole 9 yards. When you blow up, you blow up. Already over 50,000 Instagram followers. Haley_Welch 93. And then I got this thing. I don't even know why I'm on this list, but I got this thing, and it's a blog post, probably because I also host 30 Sports, right? A sports show. That's why I would get a blog post from Sportscasting, whatever it is. And the headline reads, Hawk Tuah girl, Haley Welch odds on to appear in Playboy according to betting odds. So there's betting odds on all these different things for her. And I don't think these are actual betting odds. I am so confused because I was like, where can you actually place a wager on this? And they have lines. This is from this website, Sportscasting. So I don't know if any of this is legit, which I find all this stuff fascinating, though. So these are odds you could play, or bets you could place on odds. What will Hawk Tuah girl do in the future? The favorite of what she would do in the future, at -110, would be appear in Playboy. At -250 is create an OnlyFans. She's definitely would do that before. Is Playboy even a thing? Like, does Playboy? I don't even think Playboy even exists. Like, do they have centerfolds? Like, is Playboy a thing? Visit the club. I just went to playboy.com, your digital destination to interact with the world's most beautiful and interesting women. It's like a membership. Like I don't even think Playboy exists. So I don't know why they have that as an odds making thing. So the second favorite would be her to create an OnlyFans. Appear in a TV commercial. That's definitely not happening. -150. Appear in a sex tape. +200. Star her in her own reality show. +400. So yeah, I don't know. By the way, Playboy has not done a printed issue. It's only online. RIP Playboy. They haven't done a printed issue since 2020. That was the last one that they ever did. Not that anybody cares. Rest in peace, Playboy. Okay. So you can wager on what will she do next. And then they place their odds on how many Instagram followers. Oh, this is kind of interesting. How many Instagram followers will Haley Welch have on December 31st, 2024? The odds on favorite is 100,000 or more at -600. The stretches are, the difficult odds are, if she has 500,000 or more, that's +150, 1 million or more, +600. And at the time that this article was written, she had 45,000. And that was written 8 hours ago. So in 8 hours, she's added like 6,000 followers. So again, she's almost at 51,000 followers. Get paid. That's what I'm saying. Get paid. You're gonna get that money. Get it. Because it goes quickly, right? Like your quote unquote 15 minutes of fame. Her poor dad, though, man. That's all I kept thinking about. That's all I've been thinking about. I think it's hilarious. The memes are hilarious. Like I said, I'm just wasting away time of my life looking at memes. Although I don't think it's wasting away. I think it brought the world together. You know, we live in such polarizing times with politics and everything that goes on. But this girl just brought everybody together. Everybody wants to fight everybody over all these different things. And this girl just said to some random guy in the street, you got to give it that Hawk Tuah and spit on that dang. But I kept thinking, what if Isla ever did this, you know? Like, what would I say to her? How would I be ashamed? It's tough for me to be ashamed because I've done so much dumb stuff and it's out there and it's public and people know about it. So I can't really chide her for saying something stupid. She could be like, Dad, there's literally video of you doing the mangina. I'm like, yeah, touche. Dad, there's video of you in a rainbow flag thong dry humping at your pool in Venice Beach. There's just so much of this stuff out there for me. I like, what could I say? I'd be like, well, can I be your manager? Will you give me 10% of your earnings? I don't know. I don't know. That's all Brittany was saying. She's like, her poor dad. Her poor dad. That poor girl. She kept saying, like, Brittany, like, legit feels sorry for her. She's like, that poor girl. Like, she knew what she was doing. Who cares? She's having fun. She's on the streets in Nashville. She's drunk. She's on Broadway Street. She's living it up. Good for her. She's young, dumb. Just want to have some fun. Let her do her thing. The man on the street stuff is big again. I guess it's always been big. Like, we used to do it back in the day. I do it right now still. I do it for Gold Star. It's one of the things I do for them. They just send me out the different local events in Cincinnati or events they sponsor. And you know, we just do man on the street and it's easy and it's fun and it's lighthearted. But this thing got me reminiscing about some stuff, which I'm going to show you. I have not thought about this forever, about this man on the street stuff. And this had me laughing. I watched this before I hit play on this episode. So my buddy, Josh Filipowski, my comedian buddy, I believe he's in New York now, but he was in LA for a few years. We used to run the Belly Room on Friday nights at the Comedy Store. That was my buddy who I produced shows with back in like 2010, 2011. Anyway, Josh is a zany dude, fun dude, always came up with quirky ideas. So one time he was like, hey man, why don't we parody Jersey Shore? Because Jersey Shore was so huge at the time, with Venice Shore, since you live in Venice Beach, Andy. And we go around and we act like we're casting for something called Venice Shore. And he had a little handheld camera. This is 2011. You know, the iPhone wasn't crushing it with the camera back then. Anyway, he said, we'll bring my camera. We'll take turns filming each other. And I'll make like ID badges. I'll make like professional things with he had done this before in New York. So he was a New Yorker. And he's like, we'll slap the MTV logo. We'll say we're casting for Venice Shore. It's going to be a show like Jersey Shore, but on the Venice Beach, on the shore, right in California. You know, they got all those houses, those multi-million-dollar houses on the boardwalk in Venice Beach. So the premise is we walk around Venice Beach acting like we're casting, and we're wearing, I'll show you guys the video. It's pretty funny. We're wearing the things that were official MTV people. And we also had consent forms, which were smart, but also legitimize us. So if you're ever trying to do the man on the street stuff if you give people consent forms, one, you cover your own ass with it, and two, it actually legitimizes you. It makes you more official. So this was the video. We did a few of these, and I looked it up. It was published on YouTube on his channel, May 18th, 2011. So here's a couple of them. So again, Venice Shore, and we go in character. I go as Chad because, like, what a perfect douche name, right? So I go as Chad because, like, everybody, how many douchebag Chads do you know, right? There's a lot out there. So he goes as Jake, and this is our Venice Shore casting, just messing with people.
Here with MTV, we're here to interview to promote our new show, Venice Shore, spin-off for Jersey Shore.
Yeah, this is Jake. We're gonna go make a bunch of people make asses of themselves. Let's do it.
Venice Shore.
Venice Shore, what's up? Why should you be on the new Venice Shore? What's gonna make you stand out?
Exciting. Yeah.
You're excited?
Nice party.
How so? How do you like to party?
Naked.
I mean, classic, right off the way, right out at the bat. How do you party naked? And kind of like that, the Hawk Tuah video, the man on the street stuff, it's so easy. People will just say anything when you're going out with a camera. And we, like, I learned that right away.
Well, you don't see that many people on the shore in some Speedos.
That's right. You get a zoom in on that Speedo.
Yeah.
If you got a show, you gotta have me in it, because I mean, I'm just star material.
So how do you make money on the
He said this random dude, he says, I'm star material. And then my buddy Josh asks him how he makes his money. I don't know why this is so funny.
daily now?
I work at Jack in the Box, sir.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, by the way. I love me some Jack in the Box. But I love the guy who's like, I'm a star. I'm star material. And he's like, how do you do that now? He's like, I'm the fry guy at Jack in the Box.
All the time. Party never stops. Where I'm at.
I remember this dude. So this dude here is next level stoned. And mind you, this is about 5 years before cannabis actually became legal in the state of California, before they voted on it. And I remember him asking this guy, like, what's your drug of choice? Marijuana or alcohol? And this guy just lit.
That's what's up. You smoke, you drink, what's your drug of choice?
Marijuana.
Marijuana.
GTL in Jersey, what is it?
Oh, so this premise here real quick is, so, right, Jersey Shore, it was GTL, Gym Tan Laundry. So Josh and I wanted to ask people, what's going to be the 3-letter acronym for Venice Shore?
Here in Venice.
It's VBB.
VBB.
Yes. Venice Beach Bitches.
This fucking guy. Venice Beach Bitches.
HSG. Haircut, shop, girls.
Okay, so homeboy from Jack in the Box, who's a star, the most creative thing he could come up with is haircut, shop, girls. What?
I say we party. We party. We party.
And these guys, we party. You just said the same word 3 times.
So P&P.
PPP. Party, party, party.
VB. Craziest place you climaxed.
Okay, so this guy, I mean, this guy's everything you would see in Venice all the time. So I'm basically asking him. I love, by the way, I try to sound professional. Craziest place you've climaxed. I don't know why I don't just ask him, where's the craziest place you've had sex? And then he gives me this great answer.
My uncle's RV. I wasn't really supposed to go in there ever, but
My uncle's RV, I wasn't supposed to go in there ever. So many follow-up questions. I don't remember what I asked him, but I know I did not let him off the hook with just that.
do you invite him to your place or you go to his place?
Oh, he gonna come to mine because I don't know what he doing at his place and what. No, he coming to my house. I handle that. You know what I'm saying?
VB. Condoms, yay or nay?
Oh yeah, this is one of my go-to questions. This was always one of my go-to questions when we did this. Was I asked them if they use condoms, and I'd always get the girls to admit that they don't because it's everybody tries to be like, yeah, and then it was always off the rails.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always?
Yeah.
Always?
Not always.
And, of course, the girl who earlier in the episode or the video was like, "Let's get naked," is like, not always.
Of all the dudes there, if you have.
Anyway, that was a fun one. I used to love that, man. We would just mess around. We just mess around with people. And there's so many tourists. I gotta find the second one because we had a really good second one. I don't know where that video is. I think I was on my Frat Boys of Comedy channel, which I think is defunct now. I don't know if I saved those videos. But like I remember we got like a couple cute like Colorado girls who played for University of Colorado soccer, and they were telling me some wild stuff, and I was just like, yeah. And then we got their numbers. It was pretty wild. But we used to just act up like this. That's why like all this stuff with the man on the street, it's all been done a million times. We had done it after everybody else had done it a million times. But we'd have fun ideas. We would just get drunk or stoned and come up with stupid ideas. Josh had this great idea. I'm going to show you guys this video. I have to. Again, these are good videos to watch, definitely on Spotify or YouTube, because also the camera quality sucks because it's 2011. But Josh had this idea once. He goes to me. He goes, what if we filmed a video having a Fiesta and a Ford Fiesta? And I was like, what are you talking about, man? He goes, what if I go to test drive a car, but I try to start making a Fiesta? And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, Andy, you have to come along for the test drive. There's a Ford dealership in Santa Monica. You bring the camera, I'll be driving the car. And what you do, again, a handheld camera. He goes, you stick it in back of the seat of the passengers, because that's where the people from the dealership are going to be. You stick the camera in back of his head. He won't know you're filming. And he's like, you got to bring a bunch of booze. And we just start partying while we're test driving. Again, the premise is a Fiesta and a Ford Fiesta. And we see how this plays out. It's kind of like Jackass type stuff, which I was really into and I loved. So I went along with him. And that was, again, the premise. We're going to have a Fiesta and a Fiesta. And let's see how it plays out with the car dealership and the people we're test driving the car with. And this is what happened.
I'm Josh Filipowski. This is the Fiesta test drive. I'm Andy Ruther. These guys have no clue we're going to be filming in the back.
Let's go back. Look at that hairline. Look at that hairline on a young Andy Ruther. No gray. Look at that good hairline. This was published May 4th, 2011. Wow. Look at that hairline. Look at all those non-grays. It's amazing. It's amazing what 13 years of just life just bringing you down will just do to you. All right, let's watch this play out.
The Fiesta, that's a party, man, right?
Yeah. Oh, you guys will love this too. I don't know if you can hear it if you're just listening to audio. It's classic car dealer. I love that I'm secretly filming because you'll see the guy says anything to sell the car. Dude, we all know what a Ford Fiesta is. It's just a basic, tiny little shit car. And Josh starts him off with saying this is a party car. And the guy who we're with, I kind of felt bad for him. Not really, because he's a slimy car dealer. It was some black dude, and he just was agreeing with everything we were saying. He responds, "Yeah, that's what it means." Yeah.
What do you mean?
Fiesta.
How's the sound system? Can we get a little tune? Fiesta! Yay! Yay! You like this?
So Josh starts playing a bunch of Mexican music. I pull out a bottle of vodka that I brought. I'm sorry, a bottle of tequila. So I brought a big bottle of tequila, and that was what we were going to do. We had this planned out. I'm going to start drinking the tequila in the back seat. Then I'm going to hand it to Josh while he's driving through the streets of LA, test driving. I'm going to hand it to him right in front of the guy from the car dealership. And we're like, let's see how this plays out.
Campero música. You got little flat screens and shit. Like we could do like music videos and stuff.
I mean, Josh talking about flat screens and music videos and a Ford Fiesta.
Fiesta.
Fiesta! You ready?
Yeah.
You ready for a fiesta?
Okay, so right there, I hand Josh a bottle of tequila. He takes a big swig. And the guy goes, uh-oh.
You want some?
Fiesta!
I'm good, man.
He says, no, I'm good, man. I still love that. He doesn't say, get the fuck out of the car. Like, we're test driving a car. He didn't just say, stop, get out of my car. No, he just says, nah, I'm good, man. Because he wants to sell that car. That's what I'm talking about with these dealers. I just went through it with us getting a new car. They'll do anything. He's going to let us drink and drive on a test drive through LA because he wants that Ford Fiesta sale so badly.
All right.
You ready for the fiesta?
Friday. Todos.
Friday.
Viernes. She's pretty cute. Check her out.
So then Josh ramps it up and he just starts hitting on chicks. He rolls the window down like, so we're drinking and driving. We're just catcalling girls. This guy does nothing.
What up, baby?
Nice girls are.
The ladies are nice.
Yes.
For a price. You made that mistake before.
Yeah. A few times.
Listen to him. He's just like, yeah, a few times. You know, he just gonna do whatever we do just to get that goddamn car sale.
Ladies, you think we can fit in the car?
Let me see. 1, 2, maybe 3.
3 late, 1, 2, 3. Cause so we got a seatbelt in the middle.
4. Yeah, you know you got to do the
4
girl
in the middle. And then what about the trunk? The trunk.
So then Josh again gets weird. He's talking about fitting girls in the trunk. The guy's not catching. He's talking about like dead bodies.
Nah, the trunk is pretty big, bro.
It's pretty big?
Yeah.
You think we can fit another one in the back with some duct tape?
Yeah.
He asked the guy if we could fit another one in the back with duct tape. He's talking about murdering, abducting, whatever it is. And the car dealer says, yeah. And then he says this, unprompted, talking about the space in the trunk.
Yeah, you put a midget back there.
He said, you can put a midget back there. Cancel.
You said midget? Put a midget back there.
See, and this is probably one of my skills. I always repeat what somebody just said to get them to say it again. That's like something I'm good at. So I said, did you say a midget? And he said, you can fit a midget back there. He says it again.
Hola, mamacita. ¿Cómo está, amor?
So again, Josh is just hitting on girls. It's amazing.
Y'all get
Hola,
ready.
linda.
Oh, yeah. Today's going to be a party.
Go to the fiesta and the fiesta.
Yeah, right.
So here it is, us getting out. There's the dealer in his suit. Actually, we had guy on couch. We had guy on couch with a second camera. That was it. Guy on couch was hiding to film us getting out of the car because we had to show the guy. We actually edited it out so his face wasn't shown because we didn't want to get him fired. I'll be honest, that was the truth. We were nice. We're like, this dude would get fired, I think. And we edited that out.
And that, my friend, is how you test drop a fiesta.
Good times, guys. Life comes at you fast, man. 1 minute you're messing with people on Venice Beach, drinking tequila and a test drive and a Fiesta. Next minute, you're changing diarrhea-filled diapers 4 or 5 times a day. Hey, it happens. But that was fun. That was fun. I like that these videos are still out there though. But again, this is what it goes back to. Like, if Isla becomes the like Hawk Tuah girl 20 years from now, I mean, what can I say? She'd be like, Dad, you were messing with people on Venice Beach. You were literally drinking a bottle of tequila as you illegally filmed somebody during a Fiesta test drive. I'm like, yeah, well, you got me. I don't know. What do you guys think? Chime in. Again, we had a hotline, 859-935-0078. Drop a review. We're getting close to that 100. Again, combined on Spotify, combined on Apple, ratings, reviews, whatever they are. I think we're at like 76, 77 last time I checked. So we're near 100. Once we get to 100, everybody who's put their name in or sent me a screenshot gets a spot to win $100. I'll Venmo somebody $100. And I have some other ideas I have as well. So I'm going to be doing a lot of giveaways of just like random stupid stuff that I think will be fun. But this is a good one because you can get $100. So it takes 2 seconds. Just drop a rating or review on Apple or Spotify. And it is greatly appreciated. So thank you guys for doing that. Thank you guys for listening, watching, whatever it is. I appreciate all the love. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. And I look forward to dropping a new episode next Wednesday as well. Again, every Wednesday, we'll be doing this. All right, guys, that is today's show. Go tell somebody you love them. That's my one requirement. Go tell somebody you, after this episode, text somebody, call somebody, look them in the eyes, tell them you love them. And then go have a Fiesta and a Fiesta.